You get people around you that are smarter than you, and there's a lot of you guys out there smarter than me. And then I want to share a couple of things with you. I titled this, Truth Always Bubbles to the Surface. And I've been thinking about that a lot today. I've been listening to my Pandora, been picking up sticks. We got guys here putting in irrigation, and I've just been taking the afternoon off, kind of relaxing. And one of the organizations that I'm involved with in a leadership capacity is going through some real tough situations and decision making, and I'm a part of that. And you know, we talk through, if we do this or say this, this happens. If we do this, then that happens. Y'all know the routine, you know the drill. But when you follow your conscience, oftentimes the decision is not popular. And not only is it not popular, it's difficult. It's really hard to do. And here's the theme of what I want to talk about today is that you can kick the can down the road. You can say, you know, I'll deal with this later. But it's always more difficult when you deal with it later. And then if somebody calls you out on it, rather than you going to them and saying, hey, I made a mistake, or I didn't know this and this has transpired, it's always easier. Always. I used to tell my kids that. I would say if you get in trouble, it's a lot easier on you if you come to me and tell me rather than me finding out from some other parent or from your school. You know how when you get a splinter in your finger, all your attention goes to that splinter until you get it out, right? That's the same way it is with things that we're dealing with in our business, in our personal life, whatever it is that you're dealing with today. Your attention is focused on it until you get that splinter out. And I want to encourage you to go ahead and take that splinter out. Maybe you're needing that little nudge today. It's like, dadgum, he's talking to me. I need to deal with that today. I don't need to kick the can down the road anymore. I need to go to the wife, need to go to the children, need to go to the business partner. I need to get that splinter out today. That way I can focus on other things. That way my attention, all my energies and all my effort can be devoted on something that's more important, because the truth always bubbles to the surface. I'll tell you two quick stories, and they both relate to a vacation. Years ago, Robin and I decided to take my parents to the Bahamas. Like to never talk my dad into going, but we did. And we just, over the weekend, got a quick flight down to the Bahamas, and we checked in a hotel, got there late, got up the next morning. And we sat down at the table. This is so funny. Our next door neighbor was sitting at the table beside of us. They had decided to do the same thing, which I thought was really, really ironic and funny. Well, I thought about that, and I thought, what if Big A had been down there doing something he shouldn't have been doing? We always talk about there's no way for somebody to find out. There's no way that anybody will ever know. Well, I'm going to tell you something. There's always a way for the truth to bubble to the surface. And we used to tell our kids that. We were on another vacation several years after that. We went on an excursion. Robin and I got on the boat, and we were going out snorkeling. And I sat down beside a guy just at random, started talking, and asked me what business I was in. And I told him, and he said, you know what? One of my best friends is in that same business. And I said, really? I said, where do you live? And he said, Nashville. And I started laughing. I said, what is your friend's name? And he told me, and I said, that's my business partner. Listen, you can't get away. I don't care what you do, how you try to cover up things. Truth always bubbles to the surface, and it's easier to deal with it, you coming forthright, than it is to get caught, okay? We've got to shine the light in the darkness. We've got to deal with tough matters. And I want to encourage you guys to do that today. I don't know who it is out there. I don't know the things that you're dealing with, but I promise you, you'll feel a sense of relief. Just like when you pull that splinter out, your attention immediately goes to something else. I want to encourage you to do that today. Well, listen, guys, Aaron Walker, I got to get back to work. My break's over. I got to finish getting these sticks up and enjoy the afternoon before Robin gets home. You guys have a great day. I'll see you next week. We'll see you.